Hi everybody, welcome to 5 Minute Ministries. And today's virtue we're covering is patience. And it's another virtue that's very hard to come by. In fact, probably all of these virtues are hard to come by. What is patience? Patience is the capacity to accept or tolerate delay, trouble, or suffering without getting angry or upset. That's a very hard thing to do, and anyone can attest to that. Now, I want you to read Matthew 18:23 to 30, because that's where I'm drawing this information from. And I will reference verses, and you can go back to that and see what I'm talking about from Scripture. It's a parable that Jesus tells, and I'll summarize, where a man owes a king a very large amount of money. And the king forgives this man, and the man is grateful. But then he leaves the king, goes out, finds a friend of his who owes him, a little bit of money. And this man gets a hold of the friend's neck, starts to strangle him, and demands payment. And if he doesn't, he'll throw him in jail. Well, the friend cannot pay, so the man throws his friend in the jail. The king finds out, because there are people who are watching, and report back to the king. And the king calls this man back and throws him in the jail until his debt can be paid. So, that being said, let's ask the question, are we not impatient like this forgiven man? The man who's forgiven is impatient with other people, and we are too the same way. Why are we impatient? Well, first of all, we're in a hurry. And I'm not just talking about people who owe us money. I'm talking about anything. Traffic, grocery lines, people who are talking to us and want to express themselves, whatever the case may be. We're impatient because we think someone should be at a certain standard or level. We have high expectations. And unfortunately, this happens often in the church. This person is not where we think they should be spiritually, and we are impatient for them to grow. When someone does not accomplish something in our timeline, we feel like they don't get it done when we think it should be done, and they're doing it on purpose. Of course, they're being disrespectful, and we get impatient with those people. The dishes aren't done when we want them done. The laundry's not done when we want them done. The car isn't washed when we want it done, and the list goes on. And of course, we're impatient because we are selfish. We have expectations, and when they are not met, we get angry with these people, and we tell them to hurry up. We say, "What's wrong with you?" We give them all kinds of grief and hang things over their head because they didn't do things the way we think they should be done or in the time frame they should have been done. So why is patience so important? Well, it shows grace and love to others. You look at verse 25. When we're patient with people, it shows that we care about them. It keeps relationships intact. Verse 28. When you think about the parable, this man is strangling his friend and telling him, "Pay me what you owe me." That's going to ruin the friendship, and a lot of times it does, especially when it comes to money. Friendships get ruined because one friend will not pay back another, and that's another thing I may cover. Pay your debts. If you owe somebody something, pay it if you can, even a little bit at a time. But on the flip side of that, if you are demanding continually payment, and you can even take the person to court, it will cause a rift in your friendship. And with friendships of others, they will see what kind of person you are. If we're patient, it keeps us from looking and acting foolish. This man who is strangling his friend looks like a fool, and he's acting like a fool because he wants his money. It keeps our testimony when we are patient. Verse 31. Everybody sees what we're like. And if we are continually impatient, now we're all going to get impatient from time to time, but if we continually are impatient, people will be impatient with us. And of course, God is patient, and so we should be patient. Verse 32. We are to be like him, and he is very patient, and we too need to be patient. So how can we be patient? First of all, see things from the offender's point of view. Now, when people are doing things that make us impatient, put yourself in that person's shoes. Do unto others as you would have them do unto you, the golden rule. Next, we need to put others first. Philippians 2:3. When we start putting others first, it makes us a little more patient. And it teaches us to be patient. And first of all, understand people where they are. How we have to take them. They may not be where we think they should be or we expect them to be. People are in different places in their life, and we need to take that into account before we become impatient, intolerant of them, and we start yelling and screaming at them because they are not what we think they should be. So take some time, ask God, where am I impatient, and where can I improve? How can I improve? And ask Him to fill you with His Spirit so you can be more patient. This has been 5 Minute Ministries, and I'll see you next time.